Hey everybody, welcome to another Premier Power Hour podcast. I'm Billy.
I'm Zach.
That was a forklift.
That was, and that's, yeah, exactly.
Tooting.
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess you can maybe see them in the background. Yeah, absolutely.
Safety first.
Absolutely.
Today we're talking about ISTA certification.
That's correct.
Something that Premier has.
Yep.
Something that your other packaging companies may not. Definitely sets us apart.
Definitely.
We're gonna let people know what it is,
Yep.
what it's about, how it works,
Yeah.
what it means for them,
Yeah, and why it matters.
why it matters.
Why this matters for them. Absolutely. Do you want me to read off some stats for you, Billy?
I love stats.
I love stats too. Do you ever watch like a sporting event and they'll be like, this is the first time ever in history that this pitcher or this whatever person
Right.
has done this in July when it's above 75 degrees.
Who comes up with that?
I want to know who that person is that's
How much
there
are they
that's
making
like,
a
you know
year?
what? I bet we can find this.
Right.
And what Rolodex are they using? Things that we care about. All right. Here are some stats for you. During the explosion of e-commerce during the pandemic in 2020, there was a 19.1% increase in damaged packages. Okay? An estimated 3 billion, that's billion with a B, packages are lost and damaged every year. And in 2017, shipping damages for the food, beverage, and consumer products industry averaged about 0.5% of gross sales. That's crazy. According to the Grocery Manufacturers Association and the Food Marketing Institute, that amounted for about a $1 billion a year of damage losses in the U.S. alone. $1 billion in losses in that year alone.
So damaged packaging returns due to damages can cost your company quite a lot of money.
A massive amount of money. I mean, think about it. Think about all the overhead that's necessary that you're already paying to run a business, right? You have a shop, you have employees, you have all of this stuff, you have your product that you're making, and then after all of that, it arrives broken.
Yep. Do you have a lot of groceries delivered? Do you do that at all?
I don't. When I was during the pandemic, before working at Premier, I did do. I worked for Instacart, but I didn't have that service for myself. Have you had groceries delivered? Is that something that you do typically?
I've tried it. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like the meals.
Well, no. Well, there's that.
Grocery.
No,
Okay.
literally groceries.
Okay,
delivered,
I've not
but
done groceries, but I have done like the meals,
The
those
meal.
packages.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they send you ingredients
Yep.
and
Everything's prepackaged.
Do you like that?
Hard to fill. I do like it. My wife especially likes it, especially when to have like 3 meals a week where you're like, I don't have to think
worry
about
about
it. It's already here.
do you do the ones where you still have to do some chopping?
Yes, those are ones. Are there ones where you don't have to do like any
Well,
work?
yeah, I think there's some that are more just like, you stick them in the microwave and
Yeah. No, we have not done. One of the ones that we recently did had one of the meals that was like that. It was basically like put it into a tin foil thing.
Right.
Put it in
TV dinners. Fancy
TV
dinners.
dinner. Yeah, it didn't feel like a TV dinner, but yeah, I did do that one. So you do more of the grocery stuff.
I have tried the grocery stuff. I can't, with one of the big players in the game, if you can get something delivered for free and you pick your time,
I'm all for it.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it
absolutely
kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we've with the stuff that we've had, I've noticed that some of the different ones that we've done with the really towing a line to not mention any names, but with some of the packages, some of these services that we've done, some of them do better than others. Some of them will be like smoothies. If it's a cold chain type of thing, I will notice now being in the industry, hey, this is already, all the ice is already melted in this. If this would have been on my porch for just a little bit longer, would have had some issues here.
Yeah, I remember now years ago, and I found out about this company. This was before probably I was in the packaging business.
Sure.
Years ago, I looked. I found a company out of Hawaii that delivers fish to you, and I think I was just reading an article about some sort of proprietary packaging that they had to keep the fish cold, and how cool that was. But that's how I found out about the company, and I tried it a couple of times. It is certainly a bougie way to get, because it's not cheap,
Your
but
fish straight from Hawaii.
because they're overnighting you fish from Hawaii, and pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
definitely requires a special type of packaging because, I mean, if you're paying a pretty dollar for fish from Hawaii or for anything for that matter, damaged goods, that would absolutely
It better
affect
show
your,
up right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's going to
better show
affect
up
your
right.
customer experience for sure. Because if it would have shown up to your doorstep here in Louisville and bad fish is, well, it's not great on many reasons, but the smell, everything with that would be really, frankly, terrible.
Horrible.
It's gonna be a loss of revenue on multiple fronts.
And if you don't, as a company, if you're having these issues, part of the problem is the customer expects it to be taken care of immediately.
Yep.
It's a huge problem as the shipper if you're not dealing with these issues as quickly as possible.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what's going to happen?
Yeah, you're going to have the loss of revenue on the current order. So they're going to want their money back. They're going to refuse to make payments, or they're going to contest the charges.
Yep.
Beyond that, you will probably lose the future. If you don't take care of it, you'll lose the future business of that customer.
Right.
For sure. Expand it out further. Social media is a part of our world every day now. There's also the issue of, well, they can go on social media. They can go wherever. Everybody has a microphone,
Bad reviews.
with their phone. Bad reviews. You can lose future business from others, which could be really, really deadly for your business.
Not good. So how do we do this? How do we avoid damage to packaging?
Yeah, that's not what's happening. That's more
just
just we're just moving stuff around. A little bit of spring cleaning.
Just a dock plate.
Yeah.
That's
Is that what that
all-
is?
I think
See,
so.
I'm glad you know the
I know.
technical jargon.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. So what can we do about it, right? One thing we didn't mention, loss of standing with watchdog organizations. So if enough people complain about it, Triple B, whatever,
Right.
they'll get on you, they'll shut you down. Besides being a bad look from other people complaining about you in reviews, if a watchdog comes in and says you're
If
not doing a good enough job,
If
that's
the
really
experts
bad.
say,
If the experts call you in. So let's talk about it. Now, we've been reading up on it. We've been learning. Tell the people, what does ISTA stand for?
it is the International Safe Transit Association.
Perfect.
I think.
What do they do?
They are a shadowy group of super. No, they're
no,
not.
we're not saying
They're
that.
not. They are. It is basically much like a watchdog, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's an organization that exists and writes testing and procedures
Yep.
for how packages should perform to ensure the protection of their content.
It's a packaging lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of the experts in the field that set the standards that the rest of us can safely go by.
Live by. Yeah, absolutely. They demonstrate that a laboratory is properly equipped to conduct ISTA package performance testing. These tests verify the protective ability of a package in the face of hazards such as shocks, vibrations, compression forces, environmental conditions such as excessive humidity and extreme temperatures, Billy. Now, we had the ISTA certification, and we're going to, obviously this episode is all about that, why it's important, right? One of the great things about Premiere and what we do is that ISTA certification, yes, we're clearing a high bar to get that.
Right.
However, we go beyond even that for our customers and can come up with a packaging that even goes beyond ISTA. So one thing that brings to mind for me is in Phoenix, or I should say in Arizona, we have a customer. This customer's in the food and beverage industry, particularly in the beverage industry. And for them, if a package goes to Arizona and it's sitting on the back of a truck, that can get up to 118 degrees.
Yeah, wow. At least, I'm sure. Yeah.
And so what we found with some of our different carriers, our freight carriers, is that these packages would get up to 118 degrees and would be sitting on a dock for 24 hours. And for this food and beverage company, which is based in Arizona, once they get out of Arizona, they're fine. But we had to develop a technology and had to develop a packaging that would not just meet ISTA certification, which it absolutely did, but would go beyond that to actually fulfill the need for the customer. So ISTA certification is great. If you need something more than that, we can do that. But it's a great initial bar to clear, and not everybody clears that bar from the beginning.
Right.
Other people that, if you're getting the lowest cost box, might not be
You're
getting.
not getting that type of
Exactly.
certification,
Exactly.
or that type of bar.
And
has
most
been set.
likely, those are the type of packaging. Those are the type of packages, I should say, that are probably within this 19.1%, within these 3 billion packages that are damaged, within this 1 billion of packaging loss to the economy of different industries. So, talk a little bit about what it takes for a lab to get ISTA certified.
They're required to be members of the ISTA.
Okay.
They have to complete a series of equipment verifications. So yeah, you've got the equipment. Is the equipment operating properly?
Sure,
Is it
absolutely.
being used properly? And recertification happens on I think every 2-year basis. So they are making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If any change in the lab is made, if there are new pieces of equipment, then that is all part of the certification process that you have to do.
Which I think is huge. One of the parts that really caught my attention was the every 2 years, or whenever stuff is moved around. So you do a little spring cleaning. You want this machine over here. Guess what? You got to go
Right.
get recertified.
These things are obviously sensitive scientific testing equipment,
Yeah.
and have to be kept to spec to make sure that they're operating properly.
And it shows that you're not just a company can't just go in, check the box this one time,
Right.
and it's just a card blanche
Yep.
for life
I
to
can
do
put the
whatever you
stamp
want
on
to
my
do.
box
I
now.
can put
I'm
it
good.
on.
Right,
We're
right.
good to go. No, they're gonna make sure that you maintain those standards while you have it.
So the customer
means
knows
something.
that we are ensuring that
Yeah.
we are certified and doing what we're supposed to be doing throughout the process for years to come.
Yep. So, I mean, why is it important? How does this affect me and my business? Well, having packaging that's going to be ISTA certified, that means that you have a product and packaging that's safe and ready to withstand conditions for no matter kind of what your delivery cycle looks like, which means that you're going to have our buzzword of the day is less shrinkage.
Shrinkage.
Shrinkage, which I did not
Yes.
know what that was. A little embarrassed to say that, but shrinkage is the loss of inventory that can be attributed to factors such as employee theft, shoplifting, administrative error, vendor fraud, damage, and cashier error. Shrinkage is the difference between recorded inventory on a company's balance sheet and its actual inventory. So,
Just loss. I mean,
it's loss.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. It'll eliminate that during transportation, as well as the need for returns, redeliveries, claims, etc. So, a couple different things. If you're going to reduce your loss, obviously that 1A, that's great. We're good. But
Right.
it has a couple of other things that go with it. What are some other benefits of reducing your loss for a company?
Well, reducing loss would mean reducing cost.
Yep.
I mean that's
There it is.
kind of what
The
it's all
almighty
about.
dollar.
Yeah, we're not doing this for fun. We're here to make a buck.
That's absolutely
Well, I mean,
true.
except for this, we're not.
Yeah, actually, yeah. This is the first
Out
thing.
of the kindness of our hearts
Yeah.
that we do this. But reducing cost, of course, which is paramount to every business. You can launch a product. You can get it to market faster if you have the proper packaging. You will reduce the need for constant testing or long periods of testing for that package, and you can encourage a positive image for your brand.
For sure.
If you think of all the things you buy, all those little certifications that people put on their commercials or their branding products,
For
it
sure.
does actually make a difference. People look for that sort of thing.
Absolutely, they do. Yeah. I mean, why do we have gluten-free label on water that we're buying? All right. People look for this kind of stuff. Some of these things don't seem necessary, but people look for it. And so if they're going to do that, an ISTA certification is going to help you have a greater brand awareness.
I am a huge
Brand awareness. Better brand image.
Brand- yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
huge fan of gluten, by the way.
You're a big gluten
Oh God,
fan.
I love gluten.
Gosh, I have never met a gluten I didn't like. I'll be honest with you. Yeah,
So the neat thing is we do offer this to our customers.
absolutely we do.
Yes, our lab is ISTA certified. Our lab has been established with top of the line equipment.
Yep.
to, I like misspellings. It says stimulate vibrations. I think
does.
what it means, while
think it-
vibrations can be stimulating, it means simulate vibrations,
Yes.
right?
I think so. I think that's the note that it meant to say.
And I think in a former podcast, that was the word that I couldn't think of. Simulate.
Simulate.
That's the point of these pieces
Sure.
of equipment.
Sure.
They simulate drops from heights.
Yep.
Oh, your package just fell off
Yep.
a rack or whatever.
Yep, yep, yep.
We can simulate dropping. We can simulate what it's like for a package to be on the back of a over-the-road 53-foot trailer or whatever. We can simulate it being on an airplane, I guess. I mean, that's the cool thing about all of that.
Yeah.
And it allows us to confidently determine if a package is ready to face all of the stuff that it's going to face during the shipping cycle.
Absolutely. I mean, you can go to market quicker if you have an ISTA-certified package because you've already had all of these simulations. You've already had all of these testing. So throw your stuff in the box or the bag, whatever it is. Well, in this case, it's boxes.
Right, right.
So let's retract that last point. But throw your stuff in the box.
Right.
Send it. Do your test. Did it work? Great. It worked. Now we can move to market.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a bunch of testing.
You're not going to worry
hey,
about.
You know what? Let's put it in a lightning storm. I really want to see if this handles shock testing.
Right.
Guess what, Joe? We already did it for you. So
Right.
you're gonna be fine. You can go to market faster. Which faster the market is why we have one of the reasons why we have iPods and not Zunes. I think so. I mean, just that in and of itself.
I miss my iPod. Is that what you're saying?
A separate thing. You miss having your separate thing.
I just want the one thing with music on it.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I don't think it's bad.
Kind of miss flip phones.
I miss flip phones because of the amount of time I would spend on my phone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't even have like social media apps on mine because I'm like, that I'd be down for the count. Be it for me. So yeah, I mean, this is ISTA. It's a lab, right? It's not necessarily something that's really sexy, but when you really get into the weeds on it, when you really dig into what it is and what it means for a customer, huge positive implications for the end user.
And before today started, and I will reiterate, it's not a shadowy organization in Denmark.
Absolutely.
I thought that was the case, but no, it's actually a very good thing.
Yep.
These people know what they're doing.
They do.
And so do we.
Which is a good thing they know what they're doing.
Not me, but I mean us as an organization.
Yeah,
Premier.
exactly. It was
Yeah.
a good thing that we got a part of and happy we have it for all of our customers. Speaking of knowledge,
Yeah.
you want to see what's in the box?
I would love to know what's in the box.
So what's in the
today.
box today, sponsored by Premier Packaging.
Oh, got scared.
This is
I thought something might pop out. Why don't?
we got a mouse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reasons why we have a mouse.
There's got to be a point to this.
There's a point to this. This
Okay.
is a prop. So the question is, what was your favorite subject in high school? I brought up the mouse because computer science was a subject, computer learning. Do kids even have a computer class anymore? They just grow up on them. You and
Yeah,
I were
I don't know.
too old.
I don't know. No, we had back when I was in school. It was typing. No, I think we
quick
did have
brown
typing
fox
classes.
jumps over the lazy dog or whatever that is.
Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of the party, or something like that. I think.
Is that?
I think that was one of them.
I think
yeah.
Washington State and Kentucky have
Had
tests.
different things.
Those sound very all good men to go to the aid of. Anyways, we won't touch that.
So you're
what was
asking me what
I'm
my
asking you
favorite.
what your favorite subject in school was.
Well, I only.
And don't say lunch. Don't be that guy.
No. I was going to say I only made it through freshman year, but
Wait, is that?
no, it's not true.
We've interviewed a lot of people, and a lot of people have some great stories. So that could have been the case for you.
I liked. I was in a creative writing class, which I
Okay.
enjoyed quite a bit. But I would say, generally speaking, give me two. It would have been either history or humanities.
Humanities.
The humanities, my humanity class. But I think I just liked the teacher because he was kind of a old hippie, and he was really, hey everybody, what's
Shadowy figure.
No, he wasn't. I mean, he was just a cool dude, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I think we took a field trip to his farm
Yeah.
once, and it was just, we just kind of hung out and learned about
Was it-
learned about religion and stuff. It was nice.
Was this a school
Yes,
sanctioned
this was
field
this was a
trip where you
public
want?
this was a public school, funded by
And it wasn't
your
just
tax
him.
dollars.
Hey, kids, get in my van and we'll take a field trip to my farm. And
No,
talk
I
about
think we all
religion.
got to just drive our own cars. I was a junior or senior when that happened.
Yeah,
and-
I'm fairly certain this was not sanctioned. Okay.
What
well,
about
that's
you?
great.
What about you?
For me, I just like things that I'm good at. I think when you're growing up, you want to find something that you're good at. And for me, math just always made sense.
Nice.
I like that. 2 + 2 is 4 every time. I like that. I like something where there's a strong tie between effort and reward.
Okay.
And studies have shown that that math is something that someone might say, well, I'm bad at math. But studies have shown that if you just took the time, even if that time was 20 hours, you can solve a math equation. It's just a matter of effort, of really trying and failing and trying and failing until you get to the end result. And I like the idea that you can actually do that with the subject, that there's something that you could master if you took the time for it. So for me, it was math.
That's good.
Yeah.
Which is one of those, something that no one's going to say, oh, math's my favorite. But I like that.
For me, it was.
All right. I am still on a daily basis looking for something I'm good at. So we'll continue that journey.
Well, I think
together.
you're pretty good at this. But
thanks.
We got to wrap this up.
Yes, our time is at an end. Thanks for your little what's in the box segment.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed that one.
I'm glad you like it. Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks so much for tuning into the Premier Power Hour. I'm Zach. That's Billy. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.